Twitter is going viral right now after King Charles was spotted in a mosque just one day after Andy Burnham, well, I was about to say elected as Prime Minister. He wasn't elected. King Charles visited Europe's first eco-friendly mosque, Cambridge Central Mosque, yesterday. He added that Islam can teach us today a way of understanding and living in the world which Christianity itself is the poorer for having lost. Now, as you could imagine, this has got a lot of responses, especially after King Charles has said for a long time that Great Britain is a Christian country, and B, that this is his beliefs, Christianity. Yet here he is in a mosque. The tweet, by the way, has got 700 likes and 1,500 comments, which kind of just shows the reaction on this. Charles visits Cambridge Mosque. He has often said that Muslims are very important because of enormous contribution they have made, are making, and will continue to make to British culture and society. Another tweet, this is of him coming out of Cambridge Central Mosque. King Charles, who has abdicated his position as defender of the faith of Christianity, was saw leaving a mega mosque in Cambridge yesterday. His allegiances are clear. So people are not happy with King Charles because he talks a good game. He speaks about Christianity and he speaks that that is his A priority and what A, B, he even believes in, right? Yet seen in these mosques, he's seen speaking a lot about Islam, and it seems like the British people, most importantly as well, are more annoyed that he seems to speak about Islam. He seems to be in mosques, pictured videos, instead of being in Christian churches. There's barely any videos, there's barely any photos of that, especially as of recent time as well. And it seems like he speaks more about Islam than he does about Christianity recently. And the British people on Twitter right now as well are fuming about it, because you can't be saying you're a Christian when you don't speak anything about the Bible, you don't speak anything about Christianity. Moving on, right, it kind of gets worse for this cabinet because Angela Rayner has been elected as House Secretary. Bearing in mind, she's literally been exposed by Darry Grimes on Twitter, right, he says, because Rishi Sunak, this is Angela Rayner, in 24th of October 2022, Rishi Sunak has been crowned by Tory MPs. It's a coronation, not an election. All without saying a single word about what he'd do as Prime Minister to address this Tory crisis. He has no mandate and the British people have had no say. General election now, yeah, so you're for the British people in 2022, demand an election. Now you're taking a job underneath Andy Burnham, who also hasn't been elected and hasn't spoke to the press and hasn't done any interviews speaking about what he's actually going to do for the country and been confronted on anything he has to say or even do. As he says, I'm delighted to have accepted the position of Secretary of State at the Ministry for Housing, Communities and Local Government. Andy Burnham's vision of good growth in every postcode demands we build on the foundations we have already laid to bring the change we have promised. I look forward to returning to government with renewed drive and determination to put power back in people's hands and hope back in our hearts. Again, 5,000 comments on this and 6,000 likes. 5,000 comments.
What is striking about this reshuffle is that, in effect, virtually, if not all the Starmerites have been removed and a new group of people brought in. When Liz Truss did much the same thing, it was all her mates. I warned at the time she was making a rod for her own back by not having a broad enough spectrum in that government. And I do fear genuinely that Andy Burnham seems to have almost made exactly the same error. We'll get rid of all the Starmerites, which leaves them on the backbench to plot. And this morning we have seen Darren Jones make that comment.
I mean, if anybody is just tuning in, I have to repeat this because Robert's right. I mean, it started with an announcement at 6:15 from Burnham. You know, I'm cutting VAT from domestic electricity bills. Straight away, John Healey, the new Chancellor, said this is fantastic. We'll give families breathing space and reassurance and, you know, every household, blah, blah, blah. Straight away, not 16 hours after Burnham walked into Downing Street, he sacked lots of people, one of them Darren Jones, the Secretary of State for the Prime Minister, Starmer's greatest ally, went, good news that VAT will be cut on electricity bills. It's a simple way for families to save a few quid and mechanically to help keep inflation down. But and this is the important bit because he was all over it, digital ID was unfunded. This government will now have to set out how it will pay for its new policies in the next budget. I mean, that is a knife between the shoulder blades within 16 hours, isn't it?
Absolutely. And that's the sort of thing I'm afraid politicians have the opportunity, which other people in society don't have, because they've got access to the media. They can let their complaints go public at a rapid rate of knots. And this is precisely what's happened here. And you will see that there's this group of sacked ministers, because there may well be more. We don't know. You know, I'm sorry, actually, that Jenny Chapman's gone in the Lords, but that's a...
I had Sam Rushworth on an MP at 7 o'clock, good enough to come on. I think Bishop Stortford, I think, is Bishop Auckland is his constituency. Okay. I wouldn't say he was lukewarm, but he wasn't effusive in his praise. And he said, you know, this new government that's engineered itself in place and got rid of so many is going to have to explain itself to the British people.
Absolutely. And this is the difficulty. Any reshuffle leaves aggrieved people.
Yeah.
But if you set about having a complete block of aggrieved people, which is what appears to be the case here, then you are guaranteed to be heading for all sorts of problems.
Just quickly, as a pollster, and you guys as a pollster, there was a report yesterday or the day before that there'd been a Burnham bounce. He'd been up 5% and Labour was level with Reform for the first time in months. Is that him? Is that naturally, thank God, Starmer's gone? Do you believe that Reform are on the dropping down and Labour are on the rise, or is that a false look? Just your view on that, Robert, quickly.
It is. There's no question the thank God Starmer's not there factor will work in Andy Burnham's favour. There is a steady apparent decline in the Reform vote. Whether the Burnham bounce lasts, I'm not so sure, given the way we've started already. I have serious doubts.
How long do you, I mean, you're a Tory peer, you're an experienced man. How long do you, I mean, I think the shine will be off by Christmas, and I'm not being cynical because I'm a patriot. I want my country to succeed. What's your view? Is he in for the long term, or is he actually in a precarious position because of how he got the job in the first place?
I wanted Starmer to succeed in the interest of the country. I want Burnham to succeed in the interest of the country. But I'm afraid, given the way we've started, that's not a good omen at all. And I think unless we see real changes, that bounce will erode by Christmas, if not before.
It's quite clear that people do not believe in Andy Burnham. This was Lord Hayward speaking about Andy Burnham and how much he believes, or how long he believes he's actually going to have, and how big of a job he has too. Let's go back to King Charles again. He waved to the crowd as he departed Kensington Palace by royal helicopter after holding an official meeting at Buckingham Palace, Britain's newly appointed Prime Minister Andy Burnham. So yes, the King has been spotted out in the last few days. Angela Rayner as well, elected as Housing Secretary. Very just, I mean, yeah. What hope do you guys have? What hope do you guys have, honestly? Either way, guys, what do you think about this situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below.